How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Trump is buying Bitcoin. He's buying crypto. Apparently, according to the Financial Times, they're looking at buying $3 billion of crypto through Trump media. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what's happening in the market. Bitcoin, of course, trading right around 108 to 110,000 today, which is pretty good, I'd say, considering all the uncertainty around tariffs recently. Of course, Trump did come out. He kind of flip-flopped on tariffs with the EU, saying that he would postpone the 50% tariffs until July instead of June 1. So there's so much back and forth on that kind of stuff. But we are sitting at a very interesting price with the Bitcoin conference this week. There are a lot of rumors, a lot of interesting rumors. So let's talk about that, along with what I'd be doing right now if you are approaching this market for the first time. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you want to trade crypto, there are links underneath the video. You can start trading on BTCC. You don't have to KYC, you don't need a VPN. You can start trading in just a few minutes with up to 500x leverage. Now, we're in Vegas, right? Walking down the halls of the hotel. I saw earlier today, Trump media is supposedly going to try to get some debt, try to issue some shares to buy $3 billion of crypto. I'm guessing the majority of this would go to Bitcoin, but this is fascinating. I mean, we're having the US president trading dollars for crypto. Think about how crazy that is. They would rather have crypto, this decentralized currency, instead of the US dollar, the US backed currency. How far we've come. I mean, I know that a lot of crypto people like Trump now, but keep in mind, even like 4 or 5 years ago, he was talking about how he didn't really like Bitcoin because he thought it kind of undermined the US dollar. I'm not trying to talk too politically here, but just think about how far we've come that the president is speaking this positively about crypto. So $3 billion, of course, that's not going to pump us up, 10, 20% or anything like that, specifically from the buys. Now, maybe the news eventually does that, but just fascinating to see how far we've come. Of course, there might be some bigger announcements even this weekend or this week, right? There's some rumors about GameStop, some rumors about Dell buying Bitcoin, putting on their balance sheet. Of course, Dell is a massive company, $150 billion company, much more important than something like GameStop, much more important than something like Metaplanet. They could buy billions of dollars right away of Bitcoin. So it'll be fascinating to see what comes out of this conference. Now, I've been talking to a couple other people in crypto. Some people that have been buying a lot of real estate, some people that have been buying a lot of equities as well. And we all kind of agreed, hindsight being 2020, that we could have made a lot more money just buying Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging over time, which is so fascinating. Like, people think Bitcoin's so risk on, so high risk, but it's the safest crypto investment. People don't think it has enough upside. Some people that are degenerate within crypto don't think it has enough upside. But it, again, hindsight being 2020, Bitcoin dominance is high, but it's performed better than every other asset within crypto. It's also outperformed every other asset class. I don't know. Bitcoin, again, if you're approaching it for the first time, it's probably best just to dollar cost average. Of course, I do think it's important to hold other assets. I think it actually helps you become a better hodler of Bitcoin. But I think just dollar cost averaging Bitcoin, going long Bitcoin on low leverage at opportune times is the best way to go about that, right? To make significant amounts of money over time. Don't think about it too much. Just dollar cost average. Continue to accumulate over time and you'll do just fine. Again, I do think it's important to diversify. Of course, I do hold equities. I do have real estate just to kind of stabilize myself. But I do have a large portion of my portfolio within Bitcoin specifically. I want to hear your thoughts underneath the video though. Of course, we will have a lot of announcements throughout the week. We will be hearing a lot of news that seems like it's coming out of nowhere, but it's been telegraphed over time, right? We've heard a lot of hints about these announcements through David Bailey, through other influencers as well. Now, my voice is going a little bit, been talking a lot, but I did see David Bailey earlier today, which was pretty cool. We're just having a sit down with some other people in the space, and David Bailey was walking by. Let me know if you're at the conference down below in the comment section. Let me know if you've seen anyone notable. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you do want to trade, there are links underneath the video to BTCC. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.